Hi guys, today we're going to take a look at Roshamuul Bones, which is a pretty good respawn. It's relatively popular, however not as popular as Roshamuul West. I think there are two reasons for it. First of all, it's a little bit harder to optimize an effective lap. And second of all, it's quite clunky and annoying with the fact that you need to be spawning additional guzzle mores by clicking certain altars or bones, hence where the name of the respawn comes from, to spawn additional guzzle mores, and then you get like rubbish bones in your backpack, which is a little bit annoying. However, once you actually hunt this place for quite a while and get used to it, it's really not that big a deal. So I would not skip this place just because you find this mechanic annoying. I think it's a unique mechanic, and it's not fun. But it's not that bad, and this respawn is pretty good. So let's take a look at what results we can expect here. So I recommend this respawn for a level 450 plus Paladin. That's when I started, and I think it would be quite difficult before that. And the results, as you can see, I've hunted it here quite a while. I did my full guzzle more bestiary, so I've got quite a lot of experience of this respawn. And as you can see, the experience you can get is somewhere around 4.5 kk raw on a level 450 Paladin, which is about 6.8 kk on 150. The loot is somewhere around 700k to about 1 kk per hour. And this respawn peaks out somewhere around 6.5 kk raw, probably around level 700. And this respawn is often combined with the Shockheads respawn once not enough respawn left at Bones. So high level Paladins will, usually claim both Bones and Shockheads and hunt both of those to get enough respawn. The difficulty I give it is a 9 out of 10 for a level 450. It really is quite difficult. Definitely not for the faint of heart, but it's manageable. I hunted here quite a bit and I haven't died. I was close a number of times, as you can see in some of those screenshots, but believe it or not, I haven't died and haven't even triggered Gift of Life a single time. So definitely manageable, but you do need to know what the hell you're doing. Maybe start a little bit later if you're not that experienced. Maybe it's more like a level 500 or even 550 plus for slightly less experienced players. Nevertheless, couple of tips. When you're boxing, consider boxing next to one SQM terrain so that you only have 7 monsters on you, and also position yourself in such a way that only 3 monsters are waving you in such a position. Obviously the damage goes down significantly at that point and you can manage the hunt a lot better. Another thing to consider and remember is that if you overroll and you get trapped while luring, for example, make sure to pop that familiar 30-minute cooldown, but it is going to get you out of a lot of sticky situations. So just don't forget to do that. Always have enough mana for a familiar summon just in case you get yourself trapped. It saved my life at least a couple of times. With regards to Bestiary, 9 hours for Frazzlemore, 5 hours for Silencer, 6.5 hours for Guzzlemore, and worth noting that this is the fastest place to complete your Guzzlemore Bestiary. It's about twice as fast as it is at Roshamuul West. There are many more Guzzlemores at this respawn. Moving on, I recommend, like I mentioned, level 450 plus for relatively experienced Paladins, probably a little bit higher for inexperienced Paladins or people who don't play quite as well. There is no access quest required. Roshamuul needs to be open on your server. You should prepare a few special backpacks for collecting bones, otherwise it's really going to litter your backpack. So for those of you who don't know, with the new obtain option released in the latest update, if you go into your managed containers and you select obtain in the unassigned section, that is where the bones will go when you click on the little altars or whatever they're called, and that way you can basically just prepare some few rubbish backpacks, put those backpacks on unassigned, obtain, and all the bones will go in there, and then later on you can just drop it off in your depot, for example. Super easy. Definitely that update has made hunting here a little bit easier because your bones don't just go in your main backpack and fill out your backpack with rubbish. Anyway, this place can effectively be hunted by Knights, Paladins, and Duos. Knights will likely do a slightly worse EXP here. This is really a Paladin spot mostly. Standard recommended imbuements, crit mana life, prioritize physical protection followed by life drain, about 79 physical, 19% life drain. You will need a prismatic and energy ring, and I recommend getting that T2 prismatic armor because it is likely best in slot unless you have something like crazy like a T3 gnome armor or something. But with regards to relatively normal items, T2 prismatic armor is likely to be the best here. What else? Yes, so the way I hunt here with regards to potions and ring swapping, just to give you an idea, and you'll see this in the video, when I'm kiting or running from box to box, I use my Great Mana Potions to mana up, and I have the blue plasma ring active. When I stop for a box and I'm surrounded by monsters, I immediately switch to the prismatic ring and I start using ultimate spirit potions to heal up and mana up. And in case of emergencies, you know, when I'm really being feeling like I'm going to die, like I've lured too much and I can see my HP dropping, I pop the energy ring on for a couple of seconds at least, you know, to sort of have a chance of a breathing room to heal up on the health. Obviously you don't want to do that too often because it's wasteful, but that can save your life if needed. What else? And in super emergencies, always make sure to have a cupcake or NPC food available just for that little top up to save your life, as this place is pretty damn hard, definitely on level 450. Moving on, supplies per hour, about 1600 Great Mana Potions, about 200 Ultimate Spirit Potions, at least that's what it feels like that I'm using, about 1500 Diamond Arrows, 700 Avalanches. My charm setup is Divine Wrath on Silencer, Wound on Guzzlemore, and Low Blow on Frazzlemore. You could also consider putting Parry or Dodge on Guzzlemore as well. Seeing as they're so common here, Dodge will make it a lot easier on Guzzlemores, something to consider. With the wheel, I definitely use Gift of Life to start with. Like I mentioned, very difficult spot. Once you're feeling more comfortable, consider switching something more offensive, maybe like Holy Grenade, for example. And the character you will see in the video is level 464 RP of 124 distance, 35 magic level. Best in slot gear, obviously keep that in mind. If you don't have best in slot gear, you will need to add extra 50, 100 levels to everything I'm talking about. And I had no combat praise active and the charms, as you can see here. So, before we look into the route, this is a quick map of where the bones are that you should click the altars, right? All of those little, this little thing is basically shows you where are the altars to click, and I will show you in the map exactly in which order I do it in a second. So here is the full map of how I go and where I go. So I'll just draw it out for you in a second as well, but you can just have a look at this if you want. So basically, as you come in, I'll usually pop this altar, pop this altar, pop this altar, then I will go in here and pop this altar. I'll then usually finish my box. I'll then go pop this altar, pop this altar, pop this altar, pop this altar, and usually finish the box somewhere around here. I will then go through this little narrow slot, pop this altar, pop this altar, pop this one. Then I'll usually kite everything somewhere here, pull out all the monsters, finish the box somewhere around here. I'll then go up here, do this altar, this altar, this altar, and then usually again finish the box somewhere around here. At that point I will go through here to the left, pull out all the monsters, do a box somewhere around here before I go through the narrow corridor not to lose some monsters, and rinse and repeat, and then I will start again from clicking this altar and going up to the north. Worth mentioning that sometimes, you know, some overzealous Roshamuul West people will be trying to sort of claim some of these monsters here. In general, this doesn't happen often. Most people appreciate that these two altars are part of Roshamuul Bones, but sometimes you might run into a crazy person. If you do, you know, maybe try talking to them. Hopefully shouldn't be too big of a deal, shouldn't happen too often. Anyway, this is what I have for you today, guys. I think this respawn it's relatively popular, but it's still underrated in my opinion. You know, when at least on my server, when I go in, I check the letter. Roshamuul West is like, you know, 10 people waiting in queue, and Roshamuul Bones is normally free. Maybe there's like 1 or 2 people assigned for like the whole day, so it's definitely, I think, a little bit underrated. I think people don't like this altar mechanic, but like I've explained, now with the obtain unassigned managed containers option, it's actually not as big of a pain as it used to be, and it's definitely something to get used to. You know, when I first started, the first hour, 2 hours I hunted here, I found it a little bit difficult, but once you hunt here for a little while, you really do remember where all the altars are, and it just becomes second nature, and it's not really something difficult or annoying. So definitely recommend giving this spawn a chance. Definitely very good experience, especially around level 500. Anyway, that's what I have for you today, guys. Going to do a quick shout out to all my YouTube members, and then I'll play the video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.